the Chief Executive Officer of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, as well as Wall Street gurus Linda P. Jones and the Federal Reserve have all basically just admitted that this is the moment when XRP will either thrive or not. A big bullish turn for XRP has finally been taken by the lawsuit, which comes at a time when the current financial system is falling and collapsing quite quickly. Ultimately, in summary of what Brad Garlinghouse said, all class action claims against Ripple have been rejected, which is very enormous bullish news for the result of this litigation and the settlement arrangement that will follow, everything overwhelmingly going in Ripple's favor. On the other hand, the California ruling, which is a single state statute, asserts that Brad Garlinghouse has made assertions that are misleading and the case will still reach trial. However, according to Brad Garlinghouse and Ripple's legal team, these arguments appear to be very weak, and they do not affect the fact that the New York court ruling does not consider XRP to be a security. To tell you the truth, the United States of America is in desperate need of XRP right now. As can be seen, this breaking report right here from Crypto Barbie, the Federal Reserve, and the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation are issuing a warning that large banks such as Bank of America, JP Morgan Chase, Goldman Sachs, and Citibank are in danger of going bankrupt. The first step is to consider the fact that these institutions have trillions of dollars in derivatives. A crisis that will only offer one remedy, CBDCs, will be referred to as the black swan, which is the collapse of the previous financial system. In my opinion, CBDCs are yet another type of government control, and regrettably, it appears that they will be inevitable. However, assets like XRP will serve as a bridge for CBDCs, and as a result, the billions of dollars of liquidity that are flowing via the XRP ledger will flow into the CBDCs. A significant trigger that will kickstart the takeover of XRP is this upcoming final judgment, which is just one of the many catalysts. During this interview, wolf sheep expert Linda P. Jones expressed her belief that we might be able to reach a settlement agreement before the end of the following month, which is the end of July. She also mentioned that she feels this was possible. This, of course, would be quite significant news. Furthermore, this would be in accordance with the predictions made by Brad Garlinghouse, which stated that a settlement agreement and a final decision would be reached before the summer was over, despite the fact that he is not placing any wagers until the end of September. But while it is extremely optimistic for XRP to follow the ultimate verdict, it is also extremely positive. In a separate and distinct interview, Linda P. Jones said that this is the plan, the impending catalyst for a Ripple initial public offering IPO, and therefore an explosion in the price of XRP. This roadmap will make it possible for such organizations to be registered and scrutinized, audited, and so on. I mean, by the time they have their initial public offering IPO, they are already at a different level than when they become publicly traded. This constitutes an additional degree of control. Therefore, we will begin by looking at the stable cryptocurrencies. Following the implementation of crypto law in the following year, I believe that the initial public offering IPO of Ripple could take place the following year. She added that the first stablecoin law, MiCA, which is only 5 or 6 days away at this point, is one of the primary drivers that are now involved. And here's something to think about, just give this some serious thought for a second. It is inevitable that XRP will emerge victorious from this litigation once they have received that official stamp of approval. It will be the only asset that has ever existed in the United States that has legal regulatory clarity. The next step is for them to launch their very own stablecoin. Ripple and XRP will experience unprecedented levels of growth and adoption in the future. In and of itself, the stablecoin market is experiencing unprecedented growth at the moment, and top fintech companies and governments all over the world are frantically trying to integrate blockchain technology in order to develop their very own stablecoins. It's possible that a lot of people have missed this important element in this document that Smoke has provided. There has been a growth in the dominance of USDC circles as institutions have moved away from USDT Tether. Because institutions are aware of what is going to happen in the future, they are distributing their capital in accordance with that knowledge. Tether is not included in the plans for the future. There is no way that it will be TSTT, and USTTT cannot be relied upon. In point of fact, Wall Street has already made this point very plain through their advertisements that advocate against illicit acts involving Tether. The message that Tether cannot be trusted and that it is corrupt is being shown on billboards situated all across the city of New York. In contrast, it appears that institutions are moving their operations to USDC at the moment. You only have to wait to observe the spike in change that will take place when the Ripple stablecoin, RLUSD, is introduced later this year once it has been released. Ripple's goal is to tokenize fiat currency, whereas Circle's plan is to develop a currency that functions in competition with fiat. I believe that Ripple will emerge victorious. This is the ultimate strategy for Circle, leading up to Ripple's purchase of the company. Put your ears to it. You should be aware that Circle CEO Jeremy Allaise revealed in an interview that the end game was to transform USDC into a de facto CBDC. This is something that you should know. In addition, I would like to bring to your attention that the World Economic Forum, often known as the UEF, has been working on a synthetic CBDC that blends stablecoins with CBDCs. Perhaps not much at all. I can confidently say that this summer is going to be one of the most exciting summers for cryptocurrency so far. An enormous possibility for the accumulation of wealth over multiple generations, and XRP will be one of the pioneers in this new revolution. It is important to keep in mind that the future is much closer than you may think it is. Follow the money and look into the future.